Hello, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius players. This time we are taking a look at Scorn of the Beast of the Dark. Now, if you watched my previous videos and you are looking at my team here, and things will look a little similar, you're not going crazy or anything. It's just that this is a really strong set of a team, really. The utility that the single target covers provide and the mitigations, it all just comes together really nice for a lot of different fights. Also, I don't have a lot of units, and so I am really just kind of working with what I have. It just happens to be a unique set of units that provide some unique strategies. Alright, so the strategy that we are going for this time is we are going to very slowly and methodically whittle down Ifrit till he's just above 60%, and then we're going to whittle down Siren until she's about 50-55%, and then our Esters are going to limit break them into Oblivion. So that's the route we're going to take. Siren and Ifrit, they just follow the same 5-turn rotation the whole time, and if you can survive that first 5 turns, then you really have the fight in the bag, as long as you can OTK Ifrit from 60%. The reason we have to stop at 60% for Ifrit is because he cast Fury Claw, which is an AoE physical attack. We are using single target covers, so we have our Sylvie and MS Nicole who are fending for themselves, so they're going to have to take those Fury Claws. But after 60%, Ifrit starts throwing 2 of those every turn, and we can't survive that. I don't have enough defense and hit points to put on Nicole. I think Sylvie can probably handle it, but no, Nicole, he can't. So that's why we're stuck at having to kill Ifrit from 60%. Siren really doesn't matter. She has no thresholds or anything that we have to worry about, so you can get her as low as you need to. But if you can kill Ifrit from 60, you could probably kill Siren from about 50 to 55. She just has more defense, more hit points, and her defense is not breakable, so she is more durable than Ifrit. So that's why you probably have to get her a little down further. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about gear. I'm not going to scrutinize what we're wearing, because as usual I'm going to have an FFBE Equip link in the description of this video, so you can check out that link if you want to scrutinize all the gear that my units are wearing. I'm just going to mention a couple things about it though. So what we need in this fight is a lot of elemental resistances. So what we're looking for in particular is fire, water, dark, and wind. So for fire, water, and dark, you're going to aim for 90%. If you can get 90% resistance to those elements, then they will be immune to those damages completely. You don't need 90% if you can't get there. Just get really close if you can. It's okay if you take a little bit of damage. You don't need to be completely immune. For wind, you need maybe just about 30% wind resistance. We will not get imperiled by wind, and that's just to resist the chain attack they do to us on turns divisible by 5. Okay, so the next thing about gear is missions. You're going to need somebody with Phoenix, somebody with Leviathan, and you're going to need to do lightning damage. So our Espers, they're going to take care of the lightning damage, but for your Espers, you need to make sure that they're on units that can take a turn out of their rotations to comfortably cast an Esper. So for me, that's Sylvie on Phoenix and Chatal on Leviathan. Okay, so I believe that's all we need to talk about before the fight, so let's go ahead and get in. Now for our friend Esther, we want to look for a strong Esther that has some plus limit break damage and has Ifrit for Beast Killer. And I just happen to have one here. Yep, they have Hard Overcoming Hatred. Their weapon is not a thunder weapon, and they have Ifrit on, so that is perfect for us for this fight. And let's dive in. Oh wait, before I do that, actually I do want to mention Charm. We are going to be taking a Charm that you need to defend against. So that's why we have Lakshmi on Gladiolus. So just to get that out there. All right, so let's start this. Come on, these downloads. All right. So as per usual, the first turn is the scariest because we got a lot of setup to do with this team, and we can't do it all in turn one. So we need to get the key pieces. We're going to take a lot of punishment, but we just need just enough defenses to survive, which we should have. But once we survive this first turn, our stuff falls into a nice, neat rotation, and we can survive indefinitely so long as we keep Ifrit above 60% health. Alright, so we're going to start Sylvie with status amulet protection and elemental resistances. Gladiolus, he's going to start us off with charming protection. So we need that resist against charm. Chatal, he's going to start with his cover on our friend Esther here. Nicole, he's going to start us off by pushing our Esper gauges and getting our strong buffs and mitigations up. So heroic stance and barrier stance there. Now, my Esther is not being guarded by Gladiolus, so she's going to take the full brunt of attacks this first turn. So she needs to defend to survive this. And other Esther has Chatal guarding her, so she's going to provoke. So we're going to take a lot of damage. It's going to look a little scary, but it's alright. We're going to stabilize. Chatal took a couple of crits. That was a little scary. He usually does not get that low. But it's alright. It's alright. We're going to get some mitigations on, and we will be okay. So Sylvie now needs to get us some break resist. Also stop. Stop resistance is on Gracious Knight, which I believe we also need for this fight. And what else do we need? We're going to take a barrier. Alright, now Gladiolus is going to get his cover up on my Esther. Chatal is going to give us some physical mitigation. Now, if you don't have Coward Courage, that is a limited item. It's a TMR from Barusa. It's a fantastic item. I really hope you got it. But if you don't, Sylvie's Protective Vines is almost as good as almost the same job. It's just that you have to sacrifice some barriers to keep that mitigation on. So it's just easier for us, unit efficiency wise, to have that on Chatal. Alright, so Nicole, what do we want him to do? We want him to get Fortune Stance. He is our healer for this fight, as per usual. Get some attack buffs and mana regen on. And so now my Esther can get going. Now actually, so what I'm going to change up the way I did this fight first. I just started right into the damage at this point. But this time, I'm actually going to target herself and deal lightning damage. I want to get that lightning damage in now, because we have to deal it 6 times, but I need to avoid doing any lightning damage for the majority of the fight, because if you hit Siren with lightning, she counters with a lightning attack, and we are not built with any lightning resist, and that will kill us. So we can't do any lightning damage to Siren until we are ready to kill her. So I'm going to start early in the fight. This Esther is going to target herself with Stormbrand. Other Esther is going to do the same. Now, if you remember, Stormbrand also imbues them with lightning attack. So this means we cannot attack Siren with our Esters for the next maybe 4 or 5 turns, which is okay, because they do have an undispellable mitigations right now. So we couldn't really hurt them much anyway. And Chatal's still reeling from those lucky crits that first turn. But that's alright, because we're going to switch the tank who is guarding the Provoke this turn. Alright, so we're going to start with Sylvie here. And we're going to go ahead and get stand the elements back up. And we're going to get another barrier. Chatal, he definitely needs a break. Okay, Gladiolus. He's just gonna flip-flop this whole fight between covering Esther and giving us charm resistance. Chatal. Now, Chatal is very useful here. He has a Dispel, and Ifrit has an attack buff. So Chatal is going to Dispel Ifrit to get that stuff off of him. Alright, Nicole is now falling into his rotation here of Fortune Stance plus Courageous. We did last turn, so this turn is going to be Impregnable, and we'll just hit Magic Restorative. We really don't have any mana problems, but that's alright. Now, my Esther here is going to do the Provoking. So now Gladiolus is going to take most of the punishment instead of Chatal, so Chatal should get a nice break and get healed back up. Now, other Esther, whatever she does, it cannot hit Siren. So Bolting Strike is definitely out. But we can start getting her ready to do a limit break. I think I'm just going to do Combat Overdrive and Demagnetizing onto Ifrit. Okay, so now we're really stabilizing here. Alright, so let's have Sylvie. We're going to get Status Ailment Protection back up and more Barrier. Gladiolus, he's flip-flopping. This time he's going to cover. Chatal. We'll just have him redo his cover. Other than Dispel, he has nothing else to do for us. Nicole, he's got his rotation set in stone. Okay, so we're turn 4. So both my Esthers are available for damage. So now I believe Ifrit. Alright, so he has defense buff and he still has the initial round of physical mitigation, so we're not really going to touch him much, but that's alright. It's not like we have any mana issues or anything, so we're just going to chain Demagnetizing Strike. Alright. Oh, well that was a waste. I forget how the exact mechanics of that mitigation they have on work, because like the first turn it did some damage, so I don't know why on that turn it just did nothing. Like he was fully immune. Oh well, it's alright. No big deal. So now I believe on turn 4, yeah, we get hit with Dispel, so we just gotta redo our buffs. So for Sylvie, that means Spring Cleaning plus Withstand the Elements. Now, turn 1, we had Gladiolus start off with Charm Resist, but we don't need to do that right away. because their next turn, their turn 5 after the Dispel, is always their chaining move, which has no charm. So after we are dispelled, Gladiolus needs to just get his cover back on. And Chatal needs to do the same. Now MS Nicole's rotation gets a little flip-floppy because we need mitigations on. So we need Fortune Stance and then Impregnable. Alright, and then one of our Esters need to provoke. I think that'll just be mine. And the other Ester. I'll just defend. It's not like she can do much damage on her own anyway, especially with the defense buff online. Alright, so there was the chain move. Let's see, with just a little bit of wind resist and Sylvie's withstand the elements, we were able to resist that completely. So that's actually kind of a free turn for us. So that's nice. Alright. Check our buffs here. Alright, yeah, so Sylvie needs to get Gracious Knight and Barrier. Chatal gets us back up with Primal Instinct. Gladiolus gets us back with Charming Protection. Nicole needs to hit us with Courageous Stance now, and we'll just do Magic Restorative. Just make sure we don't have any mana problems. Now my Esters, I want to triple check. I believe their Lightning Imbue is gone. Yeah, I can't be too careful. Alright. That does look to be the case. Okay. So the question is, who do we want to attack? It really doesn't matter. The only thing we really need to worry about is we don't want to do too much damage to Ifrit in one turn. Every 10% health is considered a soft threshold. Soft because it only does something if you cross more than one. So we don't want to do some big damage turn to get Ifrit close to 60%. We need to slowly get him down there. Siren, it doesn't matter. Siren we can just wail on, but Siren is pretty beefy. So it's just a matter of deciding who we want to pick on right now. Who's got the provoke? I think Maya, sir. Come on. Maya, sir. Why won't you switch? Alright, something's wrong and I can't select my units. I can select Chatal and Bottom Esser. I can get Nicole. Why can I not get my Esser? Or Gladiolus? Whew, man, that was weird. Okay. Alright, yes, she has Provoke. Alright. You know, since we do need to get them both down, we'll just do Bolting Strike. Just get both of them, why not? Be efficient here. Okay. Alright, so Ifrit took a lot. Siren barely took anything. Right, and as you can see, we're in just a solid rotation at this point. With our buffs and mitigations, we are able to survive perfectly fine, and we have all the time in the world we need. So, being that's the case, and every set of 5 turns is more or less the same, I might just kind of skip around in this video. We'll see. Alright, we'll see how long it takes me. Because my first kill was like, what, 30 or 40 turns, which was a long time. And I don't think I want to sit through that. Alright, so Sylvie, this is turn 7, so we're going to go ahead and get... I think we're going to redo Withstand the Elements. And Growing Defense for Barrier. Gladiolus, he's in his flip-flop. Last turn, what did we do last turn on him? We'll get his cover. Just want to make sure Charm is on. Yeah, it's there. Yep. Alright, Chatal. There's nothing we need to worry about dispelling. So Chatal doesn't need to do anything, so he'll just cover. Nicole. We flip-flopped our stuff, right? Yeah, so last turn we did Courageous plus Impregnable. Yeah. So now we are on Fortune and Impregnable. Actually, I think I said that wrong. Where's our General? Oh yeah, General is 1 turn. Okay, I saw reduces physical damage and I got mixed up, but that's from Primal Instincts. Okay, yeah. So we are on Fortune Stance plus Impregnable Stance. Alright, one of our Esters this turn needs to provoke. I'm just gonna have mine just pretty much take that duty this whole fight because Gladiolus is a stronger tank. And second Esther. Yeah, maybe I'll just have her limb break. She shouldn't be too strong solo. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to focus on this AoE damage via bolting strikes and limit breaks until Ifrit gets too close to 60%. Then we'll switch to be more single target onto Siren. Alright, so right now we are just doing our rotations. So believe for Esther, that's just Spring Cleaning plus Growing Defense. Gladiolus covered last turn, so we do Charming Protection this turn. I'm paranoid, so I want to make sure that's the case. Yeah. Alright, Chatal. Does he... Come on. There we go. Yeah, it does look like he wants to dispel Ifrit. Oh, actually, so the way enemy buffs work, I think. So it says 1 turn there. I believe their buffs turn timer is different than ours. So let's say our team had 1 turn on attack and magic. It's active for this turn, but as soon as it switches from us to them, their turn counter moves down 1 before they act. So I believe that a boost attack buff is going to go away before they go. And being that they have defense buffs on, I think I'd rather get Siren's defense buff off. So we're actually going to dispel Siren this time. Alright, so Nicole has got us with Courageous and Impregnable. Actually, I've had an Esper gauge done for a while. What I should have done by now, actually, yeah, I didn't need to dispel. Actually, I should have had Shatal go ahead and do Leviathan, but it's okay. We have plenty of time to get our Esper summoned. All right. So last turn, yeah, we provoked. So this turn she can just do some bolting strikes. This Esper can do some bolting strikes. I don't want to chain them. I think they might hit Ifrit too hard. So I'm just kind of lazily do them. They could chain a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so there was a Dispel. Next turn. Actually, hold on. Yeah. No, Dispel's coming next turn. Alright. So with Sylvie, we're going to get Withstand the Elements and the Barrier. Gladiolus. Yeah, he's going to cover. Now, if Shatal still has a turn on... Okay. I was hoping I could actually use him to cast Leviathan. He does have a turn left on his cover, but I also only have one turn left on Primal Instinct. Yeah, so I can't do that right now. So I'm just going to redo his cover this turn. Next turn, he's going to do Primal Instinct. Or no, actually. No. Next turn is perfect, because next turn they're going to do their Dual Wave. We're not going to be taking any physical hits. Yeah, so we don't need Primal Instincts up. Yeah. That works. So next turn, he's going to do Leviathan. Alright, so we're just doing his cover this time. We got defenses up from Nicole. We got my Esther. Needs to provoke. Friend Esther can limit break again. So there's a little heal, but that's no big deal. Alright, so we should have just been dispelled. Yep, we were. So we just restart from the beginning. Alright, so Spring Cleaning plus Stay in the Elements. Gladiolus is cover. Now, I thought I was going to do Shatal on Leviathan, but that is a hard no. He actually has to cover. Because, yeah, we got dispelled. Yep. And Nicole needs to start off with defenses, so that's Fortune plus Impregnable. My Esther is going right back to Provoke. And other Esther still has triple cast, so that was nice. So she can go triple cast, Bolting Strike. Just a slow and steady approach. Alright. So Sylvie's gonna get us break protection back up and a barrier. Gladiolus has to Charming Protection. Shatal wants to Primal Instinct. Nicole wants to Courageous Stance and Magic Restorative. And I'm always paranoid. Can I make sure my cover's on? It's only 2 turn. Yeah. So both Esters can do damage here. I think they're both going to limit break, but not together. In fact, I don't even want them to partial chain. Oh wow. Just by herself, she just did, like, what, 10%? But this Esther is stronger than my Esther. My Esther is not packing any beast killer. In fact, mine only has... Wait, why isn't mine packing beast killer? That might be a problem. Oh, why does mine have Odin? She should have Ifrit. Okay. Well, hopefully I don't have a problem killing him from 60%. Ooh, this might get hairy. Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna see. So I'm not worried about her, yeah, her limit break did nothing. Okay. So Sylvie's just gonna get Withstand the Elements back up. And Barrier. Gladiolus, he's gonna cover. Chatal. This would be his Dispel turn. Yeah, but we are actually going to finally get Leviathan. We should have did this last rotation. And it should be Sylvie. At this point, we actually want Sylvie to be doing Phoenix right about now. But we messed up and forgot to do this last rotation. So I'm just double checking. So we have 2 turns on Primal Instinct and we have 1 turn on cover. So he has the ability to do this. Alright, so now we got... I lost track of where Nicole was at. Yep, I was about to do the wrong one. It is turn for Fortune and can't let Fortune drop off. Not healing for a turn would be bad news. Alright. Yep, my Esther is ready to provoke more. Other Esther, she can still do bolting strikes for now. We're just going to do 2 and not 3. I'll watch that Ifrit carefully. Alright. So I think at this point we're kind of done hitting Ifrit. We're going to switch to Siren. Alright, so turn 13, we're going to want Status Ailment back up, and I'm going to take more Barrier. Gladiolus has got Charming Protection. Chatal, he's got to redo his cover. I think, let me check. Yeah, his cover's wore off. Nicole is getting us Courageous plus... Oh, not Unbreakable. Courageous plus magic. So now that we got Ifrit kind of where we want him to be, until, well, Siren might have another heal for them before I get ready for the OTK. That's alright. So now, wait, why does she have triple cast? Is Provoke on? Yes, it is. Okay, alright, well, we'll take triple cast. Let's do demagnetizing times 3. Triple cast, demagnetizing times 3. Let's try to spark if we can. Meh. Okay. We're just rolling forward. So this turn, Sylvie gets us Withstand the Elements back up and Growing Defense. Gladiolus redoes Cover. Chatal redoes Primal Instinct. Yeah, I was just checking. I lost track of when he did cover last, which was last turn, so we're fine. And Nicole... I'm all scatterbrained right now. I keep forgetting where I am in these rotations. Alright, it is turn for Courageous. I'm sorry, Fortune. It is late, and my brain is showing that fact. Alright. Let's not mess up. Yep, definitely need cover or Provoke back on. And we're gonna do Combat Overdrive plus Demagnetizing. Okay, so I believe that was the Dispel turn. Yep. So just restart from the beginning. Here we go. It's going to be Spring Cleaning. Stand the Elements. And it's going to be covers go right back up. Defenses go back up. Provoke goes back up. And Finesser just pushes some damage. Okay, so now we've done this exact same rotation from Ifrit and Siren 3 times. You see how it works. There's not much really anything different that's going to happen. It's just a matter of getting Ifrit down to 60, Siren down to about 50, and then killing them. So from here, I'm going to not really give any more commentary. Maybe I'll do a little time lapse to speed this the spot up. So I'm just going to focus on killing them at this point. So enjoy the show if you feel like watching it from here. Alrighty, so at the end of the fight, I had my mic turned off by accident. I did just want to give a couple closing remarks. At the end there, I was a little slow on damaging Siren because my Esser was the one with Bird Killer and who was doing more damage. Friend Esser only had Beast Killer. So I just kind of got caught up in the rotations and had my Esser pretty much provoking the whole time. I could have sped that up and maybe finished him a rotation earlier. If I had switched to my Esther as the primary damage dealer to Siren earlier. As you saw, I realized that at the very end, and as you noticed, my Chatal got really low health because I switched the Esther who was provoking. So what I should have done at that time also was to change my tank targets. So I should have had Gladiolus cover Esther 2 and Chatal cover Esther 1. Because Chatal was the weaker tank, and yeah, he really was not really equipped to be covering the provoke target, as you noticed. So he almost died there, but I got lucky and it worked out for me. The Spark Chain was perfectly executed to kill Ifrit from 62% and Siren from 57%. I really was supposed to have Ifrit on my Esser for extra Beast Killer, but it turns out I didn't need it. It was still a very comfortable kill. So it's a really nice, safe tank and spank strategy. Just easy going, just follow the rotations like clockwork all the way until they're low enough to kill, and it's a pretty good strategy. So I hope that helped somebody and that you enjoyed it, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.